everybody, this is Janet Wright, and this is a recap video where I discuss what I healed with the participants in today's group healing, which is called a mini triplet group healing. Today's date is Sunday, July 9th, 2017, and this is the second of the 3 healings in the set. And we did have 6 more people join the healing, so they're getting only the second and third healing, so that makes it 44 participants, and we did get 1 more country, which is fun. So the 44 participants are currently in 8 different countries, and still among those participants 4 are kids. So, and I think 2 of them might someday watch this video. So, hi kids. Okay, cool. And, oh, unrelated to the healing, I know that 2 of the participants, one of the older ones, one of the regular age ones, and then one of the youngest ones, did have surgeries on Saturday. But I promise it wasn't because of the healing. But I'm glad both surgeries went well for both participants. Yay! Okay, so let's see. Oh, and there will be, I can't promise that this video will be shorter than other recaps. It might be, because there is a companion set of 2 videos that I'm making that will do a lot of the explaining that I would otherwise do in this recap. And that's because I did a type of past life, a type of healing with people in this mini triplet healing today that I figure is so interesting that a lot of people are going to want to learn about it. So that's why I did this separate 2 video set, which I'll be posting maybe not at the exact same hour that I post this one, maybe within 24 hours of when I post this video. I do need to leave room to sleep and eat. So anyway, but I am excited to tell you guys what I did in this healing. So it was really interesting. I mean, the angels come up with what should be healed, and they look at all the participants, you know, so I trust them. And so overall, there was a lot of clearing of past life burdens in this particular mini triplet healing today, which is pretty unusual. I mean, the level of healing that was in this one, having to do with like lightening, you know, getting rid of like self-punishment energy and energy that's just weighing you down and making your life harder, making this life harder. It was pretty interesting. So that's why I had to make a whole separate 2 video set to explain it. I have no idea what that video set's going to be called. It's a really fascinating topic, but I'll get into it in a second. I mean, I'm gonna email the participants that companion 2 video set, and everybody else just check for the video set that came out right after this video. So it'll be released on July 9th or July 10th, depending on if I get it edited and posted today or tomorrow. 2017. It will have self-punishment in the title. Obviously clearing self-punishment, not adding to your self-punishment. Okay, cool. So in this healing, there was what I call a grounding workout. I haven't used that term in a while in these recaps, but a grounding workout is where we do at least 1 grounding color, and like you release different things with different colors of grounding, and you can, you know, change the grounding of your color whenever you want. Whenever you want. I do have a webinar on my website that has colors of grounding, something like that in the title, if you want to play around a lot with that and be guided through it. That's on my website, janetwrightreadings.com, for free to download. Alright, so we did a grounding workout, which means that at first everyone started with a red grounding, big wide connection, as wide as your whole aura, all the way down to the center of the earth. And so not only does it connect you so that you can release really easily from your aura and your chakras and your body, but I brought up the red earth energy, you know, like earth energy at a red vibration, you know, also, because grounding, you can bring up, you know, earth energy with your grounding in addition to releasing using your grounding. And so I did that. I brought up the red earth energy, and my sample person, the angels pick out little sample people because I'm visualizing the 44 people, but you know, it gets a bit much after a while. So they're like, okay, look at him. What does he need right now? What he needs, they need, you know, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, healing 44 people at once is actually simpler than visualizing 44 people at once. I mean, none of it's super simple, but, you know. Anyway, oh yeah, so my sample person, they needed me to help them with grounding, because they were like, they popped way out of their body, even at the start of the healing. And I think that person just, you know, sometimes just kind of tunes out. Like they have a lot that they're kind of avoiding in their life. And so I made a separate grounding for that person's spirit, since the spirit was like way above the body at the moment, you know, even though for that person in their time zone, like it was, you know, the middle of the day. You know, it wasn't like one of my European clients where it's like late at night. So anyway, I made a red grounding for everybody, for their spirit, and a red grounding for their body. I mean, I don't actually make it because that's a little much, that's a little invasive, but I walk people through making it, and so I make sure it's there, you know, and nice and wide and flowing. So I did that for everybody, a separate, you know, grounding for the spirit and the body in case people were a little out, because I know some of these participants, they have a lot going on this weekend, and they might not be actually super close to their bodies. So I think that's why. Like when I saw some of the surveys, I'm like, yeah, that's why I did separate groundings for the spirit and the body, because their spirit was kind of like, woo, you know, above. You'd think, you know, summer is for relaxing, because in the US it's summer, but a lot of people like are very active, you know, in a summer weekend. So it was, I think that's why the angels had me do separate groundings for the spirit and the body, and then help melt away energy blocks in both groundings, the spirit body's aura and spirit body, and then the physical body and the physical body's aura, and just kind of melt away the energy blocks so that, you know, you have a nice flow. Because if you have energy blocks in your grounding, it just slows down. Then it becomes like pudding, your grounding, as opposed to like a fast waterfall. And pudding grounding, no. You know, pudding might be good to eat, but it's not good if your grounding is like pudding. And then we did an orange grounding. Everybody made an orange grounding, and again we did the separate grounding for the physical body, orange, nice big wide grounding for the physical body's aura and physical body, and then beautiful orange grounding for the spirit body's aura and the spirit body, like also called the astral body. And so 2 different big orange groundings, nice and flowing, and I helped clear the energy blocks in both sets of those groundings. You know, not all of them, you know, I'm using a gold universal light, so it's not like I'm like, you need to get rid of that, you know, it's it's a gold universal light, so you have to be open to it. Like that's sort of a thing, you know, like sometimes it takes people a while to get really open to these healings. I mean, some people, they're just like, oh my God, Janet, that was amazing, and other people are like, I didn't feel anything, you know. And it's not that they don't want to feel something, they just, at that moment, whatever was going on with them, they weren't really open to the universal gold light that's being used in the healing. but people can get better with that. You know, I had this one client who, I don't think she's in this one. She wasn't in this set, but she used to not feel any healing ever, even the one-on-one healings. But that was true in her life too. Like, she kind of numbed out emotionally, and now she feels all of them, like in a good way, you know, like every healing she gets, she's like, oh, I feel better, you know, which is huge, you know, to go from like being numbed out and not feeling, you know, because you're too detached, to feeling and getting that benefit of the healing, you know. So there's hope, people. Don't lose hope. If you don't feel these healings, you know, you're not a failure, I swear. It does mean you're a little too disconnected from your body's chakras, but you can always like post, you know, how am I doing now? What video should I do to work on it? You know, like I can definitely, you know, if you do YouTube comments, I can definitely, I mean, occasionally I'll comment on somebody's survey directly to them by email, but that's kind of unusual, you know, because there's so many participants. But feel free to post a comment under any of my videos, you know, if you're not feeling a healing or you just feel like you're kind of out, you know, anyway. And then I can give you tips so that you can get more in. Like one of the participants, she didn't feel today's healing, but she, when I looked, she had this giant cord like in the front of her third chakra, which is like right here, you know, because your sternum goes down and it's right here. And then because I'm making this video at the end of the day, which is unusual, so I already saw her survey and she didn't feel the healing, but like I said, she had this giant cord going into her third chakra, like putting energy in there all day long. So she was, I think, in and out of her body during the healing. So she did benefit from that separate body and spirit healing a lot, the body and spirit grounding a lot, and she benefited from the rest of it, but on a spirit level. Like, you have to be more in to like have a big whoosh, you know, release from your physical body, and then feel like, oh wow, I feel different, you know. So, but don't lose hope, you know. If you don't feel one of these healings, you can listen along with the video and follow along and kind of do it on yourself, or just do some stretching, or just, you know, like comment, like I said, under a video, like what can I do to be more present, you know. But really any of my videos will help with that. And then if you do that within a couple days of the healing, even if you don't feel the whole set, like I've had people who, you know, just serious, their life was just a complete disaster, you know, during the triplet healings. So it was kind of too much of a disaster for the healings to sink in. But then afterwards they caught up, they watched the recaps and they did it along, and they did, you know, extra videos, and then it's like whoosh, they got it all, which is nice, you know. So it's not, it wouldn't be lost on you, you know, if you got the healings and you were just too disconnected to get it right then and there. I think if you waited like 3, 4, or 5 weeks, maybe, yeah, it would be lost on you. But I think otherwise it's like your spirit's kind of like, you know, like trying to do it, you know, and to bring it in and to whoosh out all the blocks. So, okay, enough of that. So the orange grounding was nice for everybody, and then, so we left it at orange for a while, until the end, and until just before the end. And then I was looking at people's creative rings, because my sample person, like a different sample person the angels picked, they had, you know, everyone has these 3 gold creative rings above your 7th chakra, pretty much in your 1st and 2nd layer of your aura up here, 1, 2, 3. And they are gold and round, you know, like a ring, you know. And it's sort of like those angel, when you see an angel painting and they have a halo, but those halos usually are like banged back here, but that's not, I mean, your gold creative rings, they're like right above your 7th chakra. And they generate gold creative energy that gets sent down into your 7th chakra, like if they're working and not totally clogged up and screwed up by energy cords from people, which is possible. But anyway, this person, their 3 creative rings weren't so bad, but they did have like a milky white energy all around them, which is not cool. Like whenever you see white in your energy field, that's not helpful, because it's so high of a vibration that it's probably not even your energy, and if it is, it's like you're overwhelmed or something. But anyway, so, oh, so I knew what to do with the Milky White around here, because it wasn't like a foreign energy per se, you know, like a being, you know, it wasn't that. It was, it's like in the Friday video I talked about like above your aura, you know, that like this is the top of my aura because it's nice and poofy with no rips and tears, yay, right now. And then above that is a gold sun shining down on me because that's my 8th chakra, right, which is an eternal part of me, which I explained in the Friday recap, July 7th, 2017 recap video. But anyway, your 8th chakra shines down on you, but if you have energy blocks between that gold sun and your aura, it can distort it and block that gold healing energy from your eternal self shining down on you and kind of calming you and restoring you and helping you to sort of see this Zen big picture kind of a thing about everything. So some energy blocks up there above your aura, they do put like a haze around your creative rings. So if you just clear those energy blocks, then the haze goes away. And so it's like more like bam, 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 3 gold rings right there, which is nice. Helps with clarity, focus, stuff like that. I mean, whenever you get white from around your 7th and get rid of it, it's going to help your 7th too, which is, you know, certainty, confidence, goals, creative inspiration, identity, all that good stuff. I did a little more of that, like helping everyone to clear the energy blocks in between the 8th chakra, that gold sun shining down, and the top of the aura. So energy blocks just above the top of the aura, and you could make a copy out in front of you and be like, okay, this is the top of my aura. Like it's a mini copy, right, of the top of your aura. So you don't have to go like this. And so if this is the top of my aura, then this is my gold sun happily shining on me, you know, my 8th chakra gold sun. So then I want to just imagine whatever energy blocks are good for me to clear right now here. And for me, there's like 4 white ones. They look like each one has like all these crisscross lines in it. They're from a past life. You don't have to know all that though. You can just be like, okay, I am clearing energy blocks, gold light, gold light. You don't have to be able to visualize them specifically and know that they're from a past life. And, nice. So mine cleared. And you know, yours could clear too. You could just try. But with people, I did that, and I did, I brought up purple earth energy up there too, because it's above the top of the aura, and I just felt like some energy blocks just cleared with the gold universal light that I was sending, but some didn't. So then I brought up the purple earth energy and kind of soaked them with the purple earth energy, and then I used gold light again, and that helped a whole bunch more clear. So I kind of alternated gold light, purple earth energy, gold light, purple earth energy, you know, that I was sending above people's aura to clear those energy blocks. Then my different sample person was a mom of young children, and actually a lot of participants were moms of young children today. I have a lot of mom clients. I always like that, because it's like, I mean, I like clients that are not moms too. I mean, I'm not a mom. I'm a mom of dogs and cats. But anyway, I got this impression that, you know, the sample person the angels picked was a mom of a young child, and it was like today was a Sunday, which is supposed to be a day of rest, but because they have a young child, it's sort of like no day is a day of rest, you know. So there was kind of this like, hey, I'm supposed to be relaxed today, but I can't relax, you know. So, you know, I want to help out all my participants, even the moms. Sometimes especially the moms, because then it's good for the kid too. So I help people clear the energy blocks at the very top and the very bottom of their aura, because that seemed to be what was keeping the pressure in. I mean, I can't fix the fact that they're a mom. You know, that ship has sailed. you know, so if you, to do it on yourself, you know, you just imagine, you know, a little mini version of your aura out in front of you, and then the very top and the very bottom, and just imagine like some kind of hard plug, you know, at the top and the bottom, or like a hard stack of books at the top and then at the bottom, and just use gold light and then purple earth energy from the center of the earth that you bring up, you know, and gold light, and just kind of alternate with the purple earth energy and the gold light. And then at some point you just get this idea that it just goes, you know, it just kind of breaks up. If it doesn't, I mean, after a while, if you get frustrated, you can just be like, angels, can you fix this for me? You know, and then they'll take pity on you. They'll be like, A for effort, and they'll fix it for you. That works a lot better than if you don't try at all and you're just like, angels, make me better, make my life wonderful, you know, and then they'll kind of look at you like, seriously? You gotta put forth, you know, your own initiative to, you know, to heal yourself. I think that goes a long way with angels, you know. So anyway, I did that a bunch for people, like for all the participants, not just the moms, to specifically to help people to be able to relax. Which actually, one of my participants, I saw his survey already, and he had other issues today, but he was able to relax a lot. So that's nice. I was too, actually, even though I had a ton of work to do today. There's maybe it's more than just the tie-dye shirt effect. Okay, cool. So there was that, and then we did a blanket exercise, which I tell people about the blanket exercise in this really cool 12-minute video I have that I will link at the end. I'm gonna link the blanket exercise video at the end. We'll say on the left-hand side, upper left-hand side, and then the two video set will come when it's ready, like in a day, and I'll link that up there too. The one that will have self-punishment in the title. Clearing self-punishment. Or releasing self-punishment, something like that. But anyway, so we did a special blanket exercise. Blanket exercise is basically where you make a blanket, an energy blanket, way out in front of you, in front of your aura, and then you just heap on it a whole bunch of energy blocks that are causing some kind of issue for you. Just whatever's good for you to clear right now. You don't even have to make it themed, but if you want, you can say, like, say for example, you have trouble sleeping, falling asleep and staying asleep. You know, that is, you know, I've heard that from, I always, pretty much every triplet set, I hear that from like at least 2 clients. So it's a more common problem than I realized, actually. I mean, it's not because of the healings, you know, but you know, I still care, you know. So anyway, you can make that blanket way out in front of you and just heap onto it, you know, whatever's good for you to clear right now, but that is sort of harming the quality of your sleep or the duration of your sleep or anything. And just, you know, whatever's good for you to clear right now, and just notice, like, is that a giant pile? Is that several giant piles? And then you can use like a gold fire hose or a gold, some lady I was working with the other day, she made a gold pressure washer hose, you know, and just, or like a gold flamethrower, or gold suns if you're feeling more gentle. Not me. So, but anyway, you melt down the piles, right, with the gold light. And so you just kind of calm down and do that gold fire, gold water, whatever, and just let that happen. You just gotta keep breathing and not fixate on the pile, like feel your body. Just let the gold light do the work. And then, you know, if there's little remnants on the blanket afterwards, you can just, you know, wrap it up and give it to your angels. Ask them to get rid of that, the leftovers. So that's what we did, but I walked everyone through that, but I walked on a spirit level during the healing, but I walked everyone through putting on the blanket past life energy blocks, like past life burdens, you could call them. Basically energy blocks that they didn't clear in various past lives, but that are in their way now and would be, you know, really light and freeing and liberating for them to clear today. You know, so like not too much for today. And so that's what we did. And I checked one, everybody to make sure that they were good with it, and some people needed a little help with it, but I made sure that the gold light mostly came from the participant because I want them to be able to do it in the future. So that's why a couple people needed a little bit of assistance with it. But so that was cool. And then everyone gave the leftovers to their angels, and then then we did the really cool stuff. It was so awesome. The angels said, and I didn't even know this was going to be in today's healing. I mean, I was doing this kind of work on myself this morning, but they're like, guess why? Because you're going to do it with everybody now. 44 people. So this is what that video series is that's soon to come out. I've already filmed it actually, but I have to edit it and put it up. But which is, easier said than done. But okay, so we did more basically past life burden stuff, but like really specialized. It's like if you had a past life where you got into like blaming yourself for something that happened, typically something tragic happened and you blamed yourself, whether or not it was your fault. You just went into guilt and shame and whatever about it, and then you decided that you deserve to be punished. You didn't deserve to be happy because that was allegedly your fault, you feel. And you one possible scenario, which the videos will go into much more detail, but one possible scenario is you basically feel like you should suffer, or you don't deserve to be happy, or whatever. Like your guilt and your blaming yourself is so intense, and the angels can't talk you out of it. So an angel, a specialized kind of angel, which I call a self-punishment angel, which I know is like sort of a controversial sounding name, which is why I'm not sure I'm going to put self-punishment angels in the title, because I think maybe some trolls will nail me on that. Maybe I'll do it anyway. I'm sure I'll get some troll, angels aren't like that, you're a terrible person. But anyway, it's a special kind of angel, and yes, it really is an angel, because they don't want you to attract all this self-destructive dark energy to yourself to punish yourself. So they're like, if they can't talk you out of your desire to suffer, a self-punishment angel can help you be heavier and feel heavy and suffer. But since it's an angel, they totally want you to get over it and get out of it someday, in some lifetime, if not that one. And so it's better for you, because that angel obviously is really rooting for you and hoping that you will get over it and stop blaming yourself and stop shaming yourself and stop guilt tripping yourself about it. And so when you're ready to clear it, the angel's like, oh great, good for you, forgive yourself, come on, so they really help with the process, which is cool. So anyway, what we did is we did 2 different sets. And I triple, quadruple check with the angels. I'm like, are you sure this isn't too much? But they're like, do it. So they picked out certain kinds of self-punishment that would be beginner friendly, for these people to do on a spirit level, the participants, even the kids. But kids do this stuff a lot easier than adults anyway. So it's not like even the kids. It's almost like especially the kids. But anyway, so it was cool. So you can watch the other video to hear more details about that. But basically, there were burdens that had to do with like sort of having energy devices on your hands and your wrists, and your arms, and then there was self-punishment that had to do with weighing down your legs and your ankles and your knees, or just your ankles and your knees, as a part of the whole self-punishment thing. Like putting those, burdens, those devices on your spirit body in those places. So either your arms and your hands, we did that first, the arms and the hands, to just kind of clear self-punishment stuff from there, and then we cleared it from the feet and the legs, the ankles and the legs. But we just did one scenario for each. So one arm and wrist scenario, and then one ankle and leg scenario, because you could do a lot of them, but I didn't want to fry people. I wanted to just do a little bit, just whatever the angel said was enough, but not too much. So, but anyway, it's pretty amazing, you know, to watch all these people do it. So anyway, that's why I got inspired to make a whole 2-video set about explaining it in much more detail. So stay tuned for that. And when it's ready, I will link it at the end of this video, but it's not ready. I don't think I'll release them at the same time. They'll be like a day apart. Meaning this recap will go up Sunday night, July 9th, and the other 2-video set probably won't go up until sometime Monday, the 10th of July 2017. Okay, so after we did that super cool stuff about the arms and the wrists and the legs, releasing self-punishment from past lives, I noticed that because of that unburdening, a lot of people brought in new energy, and it was like a cobalt blue. It was really pretty, like kind of like this color, and it was like 6th chakra energy. It was like non-judgment, because you know, these self-punishment agreements were holding people in like this shaming, self-shaming, self-blaming, guilt kind of a vibration. And so, you know, they didn't clear all of it from all past lives, but even just 2 of those clearings, and then plus the blanket exercise clearing, allowed every single person to bring in a lot of this new like cobalt blue energy, which was for the 6th chakra. It was their own non-judgment and vision and clarity. So that was pretty hip. So then after that, you know, it was just like teeny final touches stuff. I mean, because that was basically the whole thing. A different sample person needed like just to have me comb through the top of their aura, because things here just looked a little dense. Like everything looked fantastic, but this just looked a little compressed. So since they were a sample person, that means everyone needed it. So you know, if you do it for yourself, you could do it like right here without even doing it on the copy of your aura out in front of you. You could do that too, like that. And just, you know, it's like you imagine almost like there's a stack of pancakes of the energy blocks here, and then you just kind of melt them away with the gold light from your hands. And so that way your aura layers just kind of brighten up and poof out. Poofy poofy. Then to sort of balance out the trippiness of that, of like bringing in all this new energy and releasing past life burdens, which is super great, but you know, it can be a little trippy. We of course did grounding again, you know, when in doubt, do grounding. So we did red grounding and brought up red earth energy, you know, so extra. So it's like you're in that earth energy jacuzzi at red that I talked about in the Friday recap video, July 7th, 2017. And then it was just like a final little moment. I just coached, there was a different sample person who was like really overthinking, and I mean, I think because, you know, what we did was kind of a trippy process. I mean, totally crazy liberating, but you know, you could get to like overthink it a little. So I was just like, so the angels had me just remind everybody, you know, telepathically. Telepathy is just clean communication. It's not manipulative. It's not like a brainwashing thing. It's just like you know, create sound with your 5th chakra, and you just, it's like you're just talking to someone. So they can ignore you if they want. They don't have to do what you're saying. It's not like, you know, this is what you will do. So anyway, I just kind of help people to just, you know, I was like, okay, just breathe, just, you know, just center yourself, just relax, you know, don't overthink this, you know, just, you know. So what I would say to people who got the healing or who do that 2-video set and, you know, therefore can do that past life releasing burdens and burdens of guilt and shame and, you know, self-punishment as much as they want, just balance that out with like comforting activities, you know, like watching something funny or having a good meal, you know, maybe with protein in it, you know, listening to nice music, you know, stretching, you know, maybe sitting on your lawn like I am, you know, just kind of keep it earthy, keep it comforting, you know, don't over intellectualize, don't, you know, don't, I mean, if you can, try not to put extra pressure on yourself. You know, I mean, I understand that people have a lot of responsibilities in their life, so they can't just, you know, call off everything, because Janet says too. But like if there's something that, you know, you could finish tomorrow, or you could finish it a week from tomorrow, you know, just double check with your angels. But maybe, you know, it's good just to sit for a minute with your journal and do some breathing and, you know, notice the sky and the clouds or something, you know, like just give yourself a little peaceful moment. Maybe a nice follow-up would be my 12-minute recording called Peace Now. That's very chill, and it just helps you to focus on the moment, you know, and not like postpone, you know, attending to your peace of mind. It's very comforting, very beginner friendly. It comes in a version with no background sound, and then with bird sounds in the background, or with ocean waves in the background. And that's no charge to download from my website. That one's on page 1 of 3 of the free meditations, because it was always free. Okay, so I hope the healing was great for people, and again, if you watch this and you're an energy geek, woohoo! You know, I love the participants, but I also love the people that watch all the recaps, even if they're not participants in the healing, and just to learn and, you know, learn more about how to heal themselves. Go, go, go. You're awesome. So I think that's it. All right, so I hope you're having a good day, and I hope you let your angels guide and heal you. Okay, bye.